I think the most interesting item is the Orb of Venom here. Orb of Venom is a 600 gold basic item. It adds a poison effect. It does 3 damage per second and lasts for 3 seconds. It slows for 4% for range hero, and it slows for 12% for melee heroes. So I mean, in my opinion, on a range hero, it's not worth it to get it at all. Like Crystal Maiden, like you put on her, like she's not gonna slow anything. And I mean, it's a 600 gold item. It takes up a single slot, so for a lot of carry players, they're not gonna waste 600 gold for that. For a lot of support players, they're not gonna waste 600. They're not gonna waste a slot on that, because support players need to carry wards and dust and TP scrolls. And keep in mind that most support and carry heroes are range, and because 4% slow is just like pitiful. It doesn't like really slow at all. So it's not really worth it for the 600 gold or the inventory slot. However, if you're talking about melee heroes, it's a 12% slow. And there are some couple heroes that could take really good advantage of that. And a couple heroes just off the top of my head, Terrorblade would take great advantage of that because of its ability to shift to range. And when you shift from melee to range, you still keep the melee slow, but on a range attack. So that's pretty OP. You could basically orb walk. A little bit of comparison, if you want to know how slow a 12% slow is, that a level 1 frost arrow from Draw Ranger, a level 1 frost arrow from Draw Ranger is 10% slow. So just more or less it's around that range. So if a Draw Ranger could kind of semi warwalk with this level 1 frost arrow, I mean, a Terrorblade could semi range or orb walk with Orb of Venom. Terrorblade has a soul steal that kind of sticks on you, and because you could orb walk with your range slow, like it's a pretty good combo. It does some fair damage. I played it in pubs, did pretty well with that combo. Of course, the Orb of Venom mixed into a Scotty here, so it definitely helps out if your hero is gonna make Scotty eventually. So I mean, in this case, Terrorblade wouldn't be too bad, because he's Scotty is a viable item on Terrorblade. Some other Orb of Venom viable heroes, in my opinion, would be Omni Knight. Like Omni Knight with passive Degain Aura, that's a 28% slow. 28% slow, that's crazy. Now that you add like 12% more slow, that's a lot of slow. Basically, you could just right click a hero. You could just freaking leave your hand off your mouse after you right click a hero, and he'll just right click that hero to death. Providing you die first. But basically, what I'm trying to say first is that you could basically like perma slow a freaking hero with Degain Aura and Orb of Venom, and that's crazy. That's, in my opinion, that's crazy. It definitely works well with heroes that already have a slowing spell, so you could make your slowing spell like crazy. Like Gondar sort of works, but he really needs to ramp up his big items. But with his Jinta, with his track, like you could slow and chase and slow even more, so that's not too bad. Ogre Magi doesn't need too much items, so if he's not really supporting his teams, Ignite, Bloodlust works really well with Orb of Venom, chasing down heroes, so that's not too bad. Axe wouldn't be too bad either, because if you think about it, Axe after Blink Dagger, after Vanguard and Phase Boots, he doesn't really need too much of items after that. Of course, he could get more tanking items, but he could turn himself to more of a ganking machine now, with Battle Hunger now slowing, and the fact that you could blink and call and just right click with your Orb of Venom slow as well. So I mean, that's more slow there as well. So Orb of Venom might make melee heroes more worthy. Oh, and finally a hero that could really take advantage of Orb of Venom is Solar Bear. If you drop an Orb of Venom on your bear, and the fact that he could also proc Entangle and like a 12% slow, that is some crazy effing slow, man. I'm serious. Try that in pubs. If you're a good Solar Bear player, and you could, I mean, inventory is not going to be a problem because you have a freaking bear, right? Yeah, inventory is not going to be a problem. It might delay your radiance a little bit. It might delay your treads a little bit, but I mean, whatever. Like, that's a 6% slow. You could buy in the side shop. Come out of side shop with boots and slow. Like, just right click any hero in a lane. It's pretty crazy. Try it in pubs. It was great. So, I mean, Orb of Venom would definitely make some heroes could actually take great advantage of it. So we'll see if those heroes gonna be more CM worthy as well. And I think that's it. I talked a lot, but I'm sure I missed some things about this as well. And of course, I have talked about this competitive analysis in my most recent laugh. I'm not sure if it's posted yet, but once it's posted, laugh number 4 is about 6.68 analysis, not competitive analysis, just analysis. So in that, we're going to talk about heroes such as the 4 new heroes, the Wisp, the Node, the Copter, and Thrall. So if you were here this time and were a little disappointed not hearing anything about those heroes, because those heroes are not CM pickable, so I didn't really talk about it. But in my laugh number 4, we will be talking about that. So if by the time that this thing is released, laugh is also released, I will put a link to laugh number 4 so you guys could listen to that as well. So yeah, there's a lot of information I talked about. I mean, I'm sure I missed some things, and I apologize in advance for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this particular Dota analysis. Again, this is more focused into the competitive scene, so it might or might not apply to your regular pub games if you're playing a lot of pubs. But I think that just is my way of looking at 6.68 in the coming time for the competitive level. So I hope you guys enjoyed this competitive analysis. And with that, this is Luminous signing off. GG.